origin remains a mystery, Helidae has made her presence known through her mission of cosmic unification. She is described to be incredibly intelligent and sophisticated, albeit cold and incredibly judgmental towards other species that are not as technologically and socially advanced, often considering anything that isn't as advanced as hers to be primitive. This prejudice is also evidently observed in her disdain for the concept of war used as a means to display superiority over one another or to take control of resources rather than dividing it equally. She finds any reason for war as either senseless or, as she would describe it, the injudicious hollerings of an ape. As a result, she has solemnly sworn to aid civilizations who seek to take a step towards a cosmic community and condemn those who oppose or contradict her ideology to an eternity of constant resets or a new life as creatures in a planetary menagerie. Helidae, like Konami and Nyabula, is a starlight. She holds the star of perpetual wisdom, which grants her a boost of power for every bit of knowledge she gains. The more knowledge she acquires, the stronger her own powers become. She is already in that stage of her life where she has learned quite literally a monumental amount of universal knowledge, making her by far the most powerful among the starlights. Another thing to note is that any knowledge she gains, it remains with her for an indefinite amount of time. Unlike the other starlights, she is heavily reliant on technology in her daily life, especially in combat. Her most notable of equipment includes her mothership known as the Imperium Omnibus, two drones named Oris and Oculus, a swarm of nanomachines that act as her main defensive and offensive measures, a variety of observational tools, and a few more gizmos created either prior or during combat when the situation calls for it. She is highly observant in many of her fights, playing defensive more as a means to buy time for a full analysis of her assailant, after which she apprehends and neutralizes the attacker with a full counter that guarantees a near instant loss for the attacker. Simply put, Helidae is a highly adaptable fortress housing otherworldly technology designed to protect her flawlessly and neutralize threats just as efficiently. Of course, she ensured that her technology is immune to certain disadvantages by installing immunities such as a state-of-the-art firewall for viruses and an advanced conductive shield for EMPs. Helidae is another character who was created without much inspiration. I mean, judging from the first art I made of her, I merely created her on a whim for my first O.C.tober. If she reminds you of someone, please leave a letter in the mailbox below. Anyways, like most of my OCs made during the O.C.tober event of 2020, I ended up redesigning her after my massive art hiatus around 2021 to 2022. And went with a design that looks more sophisticated and polished. Slowly I redesigned her more around 2024 in preparations for the next O.C.tober, and lo and behold, the design you see on screen is her most recent redesign. Like Nyabula though, she will be going through a bit more design changes, specifically modifications more focused on her legs. In regards to Helidae's life in general, she does attempt to live normally without the need for technology from time to time, especially when she pays worlds a visit. Like gardening, for instance, unlocking her desire for collecting different species of flora for her greenhouse aboard the mothership. Other than that, despite her ruthless and cold response to war-influenced civilizations, she does have a soft side for the arts. She is described as a patron of the arts, music, literature, and, most importantly, fashion. Sometimes I wonder if one of her inspirations was Frederick the Great or Robespierre. And that will be all for today. This has been Kyle, signing off now. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.